Hello everyone and welcome to another Amigos Play. I'm Amigo Aaron and tonight we're going to look at a shooting game from 1988 known as Hybris. Hybris was a game developed by an outfit called Cope and published by Discovery Worldwide. It is a great little game that's near and dear to my heart, and I'm going to give it a shot here. I have picked my pilot. We're going to take off here. Now, I have to say, Hybris was one of the first games I ever played on the Amiga. Again, it came out in 1988, and if you think back to those halcyon days of Amiga, there were games that were just emerging that knew how to use the hardware in ways that hadn't been done before. And I think Hybris was right there at the front of the pack. Still probably my favorite shooter on the Amiga and one of my favorite shooters, period. Just a great deal of fun. And not only does it have beautiful graphics, it's got a rocking soundtrack and it's got awesome special effects, including the explosion sound you just heard. This is an odd game in that it gives you a lot of choices. I hate these things in how you play it. You can play this as a straight-up shooter that has expandability, but it gives you the option of expanding your ship in a way which really hadn't been done. I'm not sure it's been done since in this exact way. By allowing you to hit enter, or I believe the right mouse button, or spinning your joystick real quick, you could expand your ship into different formations that would give you, enhanced shooting ability, for example, or a better way to put it would be enhanced area of coverage from your shots. It also had strange shielding mechanism where you could kind of run over this certain thing and temporarily gain shielding for your ship. It's one of the few games I've seen that lets you not blow up the end boss and keep going. Wow, I am not doing well. There is some speculation that this game was borrowed heavily from an arcade game from the early 80s. Boy, the name fails me on it right now, too. And I have to say, I looked it up, and it did have a lot of similarities in terms of the art style, but you can't take anything away from this game. What they accomplished on the Amiga in '88, it was really... I've always wondered why this game wasn't more popular. I mean, I think there's a certain amount of popularity for it, but, you hear about Banshee and R-Type an awful lot, and for some reason this one doesn't get picked up. Just much like Swiv, as a game that was unknown to me for the longest time, and when I finally got to sit down and play it, I just couldn't believe how good it was, But I like the fact that you can get these expandabilities. Now look, I'm just son of a gun. When that expansion came out, I took a shot, lost my wing, and it will not let you pick up that expansion if your ship has lost the parts of it that it needs to go up to the next level. So, makes sense though. I mean, really. This game has... the Amiga has this... a lot of the shooters have this... the way that... have a pattern to the way ships come down. And it's... I mean, I always think of Blood Money, #1, with this strange pattern that the ships come out. And it's not really like an actual battle is happening. I mean, no ships would come out in these patterns, but it's still, it's less annoying on Hybris than it is on some other games. All right, we'll get this time. Like these right here, this is kind of strange. These are really tough. These are really difficult to deal with. Of course, you've also got these ground-based guns, which are on these early levels are a real pain in the butt. Behind these shields, the shields are quite broken. I love these guys because they just meander out and you can smash them. Okay, here's your shielding. Let me get me some of that. You'll see the back of my ship start to go. There we go. And so now it gives you some like remedial shielding in the back. That was an accident. One thing this game does, it allows you to kind of hold the fire button, and spin the stick real quickly, and you'll get your bomb, which blows up everything on the screen, which is great in theory, but in practice, you occasionally will just, when the action gets frantic, you'll waste them, pure and simple. And so I prefer just to use the space bar to launch. And of course, what would be preferable would be a 2-button stick that just had that actual button. That's the good thing about emulation is you can set a button up to take care of that stuff if you really want to. So this is one of those games that actually gets a little bit of a extra added bonus of being emulated. This game was coded by a fellow named Martin Pedersen, and he did a tremendous job on it. In all honesty, he did a brilliant job. He's also responsible for what is considered this game's sequel, Battle Squadron: The Destruction of the Barracks Empire. Now, Battle Squadron, oh, here we go. I usually just blast this guy straight away. Battle Squadron is also a great shooting game, including an awesome shimmering invisible ship, sort of like the Predator effect. If you saw that movie, how the Predator sort of shimmered in the jungle, and Battle Squadron contained that neat effect, and it was just a great game as well. Plus, Battle Squadron did something this doesn't do, which is allow 2-player simultaneous play, which is outstanding. It's really good. But he also did a game called Hugo, and I believe he did a sequel for Hugo. Hugo may have been a German-only release. I remember playing it. It's a very strange game. It looks like they released it in Germany and Sweden and Norway. But it's an unusual game with kind of a weird little character that's interesting. The music in this is, not only is it awesome, but it's cunningly done. The fellow that did the music in this is a fellow named Paul van der Valk. As far as I can tell, this is the only thing he ever did on the Amiga. I don't know if he did anything on the C64 or any other platforms. But I love the music on the Amiga, and this game just has, everything about it. The tune is just tremendous. When this game first boots up, it's a beautiful sound that it makes, and I just love it. We're getting well into this now. I've got an idea. When I finally lose my last couple guys here, is I'm going to take. Right now we're running. This is in the traditional way I've always played it, which is the PAL version. The version of this I had, of course, I'm in the United States, was half off the screen in PAL. It was, you do a lot. If you're in America, you get used to. There we go again. You get used to playing these games that are a third off the screen. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to play this in NTSC, and this will often make the games run quicker, and we'll see how this translates. So we'll give this a whirl here. One of the bummers of being an Amiga maniac in the United States is that fact that the PAL games are run in a different speed, and they run at with the screen cut off here in the States. Some games you can get away with it, but a lot of them you just can't. So let's see if there's any difference here. Everything sounds the same. It already feels quicker to me. Oh, yes. It's definitely quicker. One thing about Hybris is, to me, it always had sort of a laid-back... Oh, good God almighty, yes. It always had a laid-back feel, but this is not laid back. This thing is... it's moving at a good clip. And if you're not used to it, which I'm not... Yeah, this is actually, I really like this. It feels like a turbo version, and it's running quite nicely. I think I kind of like it like this. You don't always get a bump when you switch these to NTSC, but I've noticed that a lot of times you do. which makes sense. Oh, crap. Yeah, okay, there's the part I didn't like it. I got so used to playing the European versions of these games, it's actually quite hard to kind of, when I've gotten the NTSC version, to adjust to them because they don't feel right, you know. But I always thought Hybris was almost a meandering play style to it. It wasn't real frantic and frenetic, and this absolutely is. This is like playing a whole different game, to be honest with you. It's really moving. So we'll see how long I can do it here. You know, I looked earlier to see what Cope-Com had done on top of Hybris, and really Hybris and Battle Squadron is all they are credited with on the Amiga, which, you know, given their abilities, is rather surprising. But you know, you would think there would have been a lot more in the old repertoire. The fella that did the graphics on this, I'm going to butcher this poor guy's name, Torben Bagager Larson. He actually did a lot more stuff. Man, even these things are quicker. He did a lot more stuff, including some of my favorites, frankly. He did Arkanoid, which was good. He did Giganoid and Goldcorn Expression, which I haven't played. He did the Hugo games, Callius Puffs Expression, which again I'm not sure where these were published or what country they were for. He did Zoom, and the one that strikes me as something I really, really liked, he did Sword of Sudan. I love Sword of Sudan, and it's another one of the games I really like on the Amiga. It's got those big, huge characters. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but I always dug it. I thought the huge characters made it really unique. I thought the graphics were just outstanding. And, man, I'm doing a lot better at this than I did on the slower version. Must be getting better. But I love Sword of Sudan. Now, I will say the god-awful Mega Drive version should be avoided at all costs. Complete debacle. And it showed me that, oh, gosh, jeez. Yeah. That might take me a few chances to get past that guy, even with the bombs. So that's a good job. So, I mean, this Torben here, he knows his stuff. Graphical, he's done some nice work, that's for sure. You know, the funny thing is this game has a plot, which I was reading earlier to see if it had one, and it does. Apparently, you are on a planet called Planet Zurika, and you are there to rescue an Earth colony, and you are on your own because your Federation is so far away that they can't get there in time. And so they've sent two pilots, J.P. Lovett and Kay Lovett. I guess they're married. But, you know, it's something else about this game. You get your choice of pilots. To the best of my knowledge, it does not matter. I've never noticed the difference. If anyone out there has, I'd love to know what it is. But I sort of play them both indiscriminately, depending on who I'm in the mood to play. They both look great, you know. But they've sent two pilots. They really went all out to send two whole pilots. I'm going to have to cheat. I thought I was going to use my bombs. And you are the space station Hybris, so I guess you're driving around. I'm assuming the space station is the thing that drops you off, and then this is just a little flunky ship off the space station. Me and my friends, and I'm sure everyone that ever played this game said the same thing. It's like, if they need this mission done, why don't they just send that big ship to do it instead of this little dinky one? So, you know, that would have made a lot more sense. Anyway, that was Hybris, the PAL and NTSC version. Honestly, you know, I really enjoyed playing the quicker version. I mean, if you're looking for sort of a new challenge, if you're a real good hand at the old Hybris, or if you are just wanting to see how it runs, it's easy. I'm using the Amiga Forever package from Clawanta, which is tremendous. You can go in there and just change it from PAL to NTSC and see how it goes. You can do it anywhere. It's a beautiful thing about emulation, ladies and gentlemen. Anyhow, that's all for tonight. This is Amigo Aaron signing off, and we will see you next time. Good night, everybody. Adios.